What's up everyone, this is Zero Echo from Rixel.com, and today we're going to review XCom Enemy Unknown. Now I know this review is a little late, but you know, that's how long it took me to beat the game, so here we are. So first we're going to look at kind of what the game has to offer, pretty much a quick summary. So what I'm going to do is load the kind of like the setup screen. There's two phases of this game. There's one battle scene, and then there's one kind of like set up your troops thing. So this is kind of like the standard base view, kind of like the ant farm view. And from this view you can do a bunch of things. You have access to the situation room. Kind of shows a world status, kind of how everyone is. As you can see in my game, Australia didn't really like what I was doing, so they kind of dropped off. And the whole point of the game is to receive funding from these countries to build up your troops to fight the aliens. So that's that. You can visit the gray market, kind of sell some goods, you know, view your finances. This is kind of like a meta game within the game. There's your gross income. Here's like how much everything costs. And yeah, there's the situation room. Here's the hangar. This is pretty much all of your ships around the world. This comes pretty much later on, but you have to defend kind of like airspace territories in the game. Here are your barracks. Here are all my soldiers that I have. It's fun to rename the soldiers to, you know, people you know, like Chris Joe. Like, that's my brother. He's wounded. It kind of gives him, because if they die in the game, they die in real life. I mean, no, that's not what I meant. They die in the game, they die permanently. So yeah, it kind of adds a little bit more. Here's a sniper I made for my sister. She looks kind of cool. And yeah, so that's the metagame. Now, in terms of actual like customizing your units, there's not much you can really do. For example, let me click on Bobby, my good friend. His loadout is here. Now, you really only have a couple of weapon options. It's not as deep as Final Fantasy Tactics, where you have a whole bunch of weapons and a whole bunch of skill sets. You have a few weapons, and that's pretty much it. And you get these weapons by researching them. So you only have so many options. Yeah, so your squad will all look the same at the end of the game. Then you can just, this is what I was talking about. This is your base. You can plan it all out. I know I've planned my base pretty crappily, but you know, that's how it looks. And there's a bunch of other things. You can build units. You can build mech units.
Your efforts to support the research
you can
team,
research
Commander.
new things.
I've already put the new recruits to
So
work
that's
in the
that.
lab.
And now we're gonna take a look at the combat. So let me just load the combat game. So now we're loading a combat phase. So this is where all of your planning and your equipment comes into action.
I've got a visual.
So there are the enemies over there. So this is where the game kind of really shines. You have your troops. There are all my troops running up. I wouldn't really recommend this game for anybody who doesn't really like strategy games. It's a lot of planning. Not too much action. I mean, there's action when you actually engage the enemies. Put my snipers over here. Maybe they can get a shot off. Yeah. So what we're doing now is we're just moving up the troops. So that's our phase. Now, normally I wouldn't bum rush the enemy so quickly, but I really just wanted to show you guys some of the combat. If I were playing for real, I would take cover, set up, you know, a scout, all that good stuff. Whoa.
There's something out there.
There is something out there. My good friend Bobby, probably my strongest unit in the game. If you're watching, buddy, You're the strongest unit on my team. Alright, there's me, support. And here are my snipers. I usually keep the snipers in the back because they can pretty much hit people from anywhere. So that's always a good thing. Sniper back there. Buddy John. Let's put him over here. We haven't seen any bad guys yet, so I think next turn we should be able to engage them. That's that. So now it's the aliens' turn, and usually if they're within range, they'll attack you, but usually you have to engage them first. Oh, here we go. That's not a good sign. So that's a big robot. So what we're gonna do is now you guys are gonna see some action. We're gonna see who we can hit. So John's gonna take a shot. Sniper. Snipers are probably the best unit in the game. So we shot that guy down. And then the next unit here. Let's try to do a critical hit on this guy. Nice, 17 damage on that big guy. Vargas can't do much, so just let him wait there. So now Connie's gonna go in for a double tap. She has this ability called Rapid Fire, so we're gonna do that. Nice. So she missed the second time, but that big robot's about to die. So now my good friend Bobby will storm the front. Actually, let's make... Why don't I take that out? Let me move up a bit. Get some cover. So that guy's down. And that is that. I mean, that's pretty much the combat for the game. Obviously, there's a whole bunch of unit types, a whole bunch of options you can pull. I kind of wanted to show you these psychic techniques, but that's much more for the later game. So that's pretty much XCom, you know, Enemy Unknown in a nutshell. It's a great game. The graphics look great. There's a lot of customization. I highly recommend it. I think it's on sale for the holidays, so I would recommend checking it out. And yeah, thanks for watching. XCom gets a thumbs up from Rixel.com. Alright, take care. Bye.